Hey everybody, it's Joe from Britical Saiyans here, and today I'm going to be showing you my Videl deck profile. So, Videl is a skillless deck. She starts on 5k, because, you know, Hercule's daughter. And she's very wordy. So, to begin with, when she attacks, she draws a card, and it's got an auto once per turn. When one of your skills battle cards is used in a combo, you can draw one card, and then add up to one card from your life to your hand. So it just basically does like the kind of skill that's slowly introduced into all these of just adding one from each. And then it's also got once per turn Spirit Boost 1. If it's your opponent's turn and you use a skills battle card in a combo with an energy cost of 1, when the skills battle card would go to the drop, you can play it instead. And then her awaken is just 4 less, you get a 1/1. And then we go on to this side where she has 10k now. Yay. Her autos near enough are quite similar. So the first one is when it attacks, you draw a card and you choose one of your green unisons, you switch it to rest mode, and then you gain that card's power for the battle. So the only green unison I have in here is Great Saiyan, so she'll gain 6k and this will go into rest. And it's other autos once per turn. When one of your skills battle cards is used in a combo, it gains 4k combo power and you draw a card. So the first skill you use in a combo for any battle becomes a 9k and you draw one. And then Spirit Boost is exactly the same, only it activates during either player's turn, and then the card that comes out gains 5k. But otherwise it's just the same deal. Combo skills play it out after the battle. So which is useful because it's kind of annoying that on the unawakened side it's only during the opponents, but it's meant to just be like a little defensive bonus. So going to the main deck now, we'll start the unisons, which, like I said before, we have 3 copies of Great Saiyan. So he's got 6k power, he costs 1. He's got an auto once per turn. When a marker is removed using Spirit Boost, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, cost 2 or less, and KO it. So it's just a nice bit of board removal for the small stuff. Its +1 is you can add up to 1 green skills battle card with a cost of 1 to your hand, and then shuffle the deck. So you gain a marker and a card to hand that you're going to use for combos and then Spirit Boost out, which is very useful. And it's got a +0 auto of when it's attacked, you can choose a green skills Earthling card in your hand and use it in the combo. So when this thing's attacked, you can always give it at least a 5k combo, or potentially a 9k if you've awakened, and then you could play it out afterwards. But that always tends to be a bit annoying, that I found, because people swing a 15k, so even if you combo the skillless, you're still losing a marker from the attack, because you can't combo on the defensive step for a unison. Because yeah, it bans it, which is fair enough. The other unison I have in here, as a 2 of, is the good old staple of Son Goku and Vegeta Jr. This just basically goes in any skillless deck, because it's just generic skillless support. It's got +1 of choose this card and all of your skillless battle cards and give them 5k. You can -1 to play up to 2 skillless battle cards with an edge cost of 1 from your deck or drop, and then shuffle your deck if you look through it. And it's got -2 of active main to shuffle 2 skills back from your drop to draw 2. I mostly use it just because on my first turn I like to pay 1, play it out, and immediately get rid of it to play 2 skillless out. But it's also good if you need a bit of a board presence, because you can just play, okay, well, I'll play it and then +1 to give all my skills 5k, so that I can have a bit of a rush and some like board presence, as I stated. Going now to the extra cards, we have 1 copy of For the Greater Good. Just counter, negate the attack, and then choose which one of your opponent's battle cards, cost of 1, and KO it. It can be used from drop by paying its cost and getting rid of itself and a green from the game, and you can only use it once per turn. But it's just there because it can be used twice. So, and there is quite a few negates, but that's because Videl is not the strongest leader, so I like to have a bit of defense. Next we've got 2 copies of Heart of a Maiden. So if Videl is a heroine card, you can look at up to top 7 cards and choose one of the following. So you can add 2 green skillless cards to your hand, or if you don't have a unison in play and you come across a green unison with a 6k power, you can play it with 1 marker. So you either get 2 skillless or you can just instant play Great Saiyan with a marker on it, which is the preferred search, but it's just nice to get skillless. And there's only 2 because chances are you're going to use 1 in game, and I don't see it being used any higher. If I had 4 Great Saiyan, I'd probably just drop it. So we got 1 copy of Heroine's Lineage, just because I pulled it. So yeah, ultimate, active main, pay 5. You remove this cards in your drop area from the game. Choose any number of heroine cards from your hand with names cost of 5 or less, different names, and whose total cost add up to 10. Play them out, choose one of those cards, and it gains 5k for the turn. There isn't many heroine cards in here. There's literally 1 skillless Videl, the other skillless Videl, and our 3-drop Videl. So at most you get 3 cards out at a cost of 5. The main reason here though is the active battle is if your opponent has 3 or more energy, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards, cost 7 or less, and gain control of it. So by paying 1 you can just steal one of their cards, and then if you want to do the 5 cost skill you can, but it's mostly just there to steal something. And then the rest of my X cards are negates, so we've got 2 Shocking Death Ball, 2 Sword Dance of the Demon God, and 2 Wicked Mimicry. I'll get rid of one of each of these, go through them. So to start with, Shocking Death Ball is just negate, and then choose up to 1 card with a cost of 2 or less and KO it, and it's sparking, so as long as you have 5 in the drop you can pay a life for it. Sword Dance of the Demon God is negate the attack, and then you can add up to 1 skillless from your drop or warp to your hand. So it's useful in the fact that you can recover a skillless card. But it also has active main, Spirit Boost 1, Limit 1, Pay 1. If you have used a specified cost and you remove this card in your drop area from the game, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, then it's cost 4 or less, and send it to the owner's warp. So as a negate, it can give you back 1 of your skillless, and then you can get rid of it from your drop to remove 1 of their battle cards. And then finally we have the Wicked Mimicry, which counter-attack Spirit Boost X amount. You negate the attack, and then for each marker removed from a green unison, you can play a margin token in rest mode, which I don't usually do that part. It's mostly in there because as a permanent, if one of my green unisons is being attacked, I can use it by just discarding a card instead of paying the energy cost. So if my opponent swing a double strike that I can't combo out of, because even though I can use 1 card for this Great Saiyan, it's only going to gain 5k, I could go, well, I'll negate instead, and then I could just choose to play out a token. Next, we've got all the battle cards, and starting with the 1-drops. I may as well just go through the skills quick. So my skills lineup is 3 Krillin, 4 Videl, and 4 of the other Videl. So there's all the skills I run on the deck. It's 11 skills cards, which I feel like is a safe number because there's ways of searching them and putting them back in the deck. And it's like 1/5 of the deck is skills cards. So you can always bump it up more, it's just down to personal preference at that point. And then the other 1-drop we have is 3 copies of Pan Natural Fighter. So it's a yellow, 1 cost, 1k power. That part doesn't matter, you just use its auto. So when this card is used in a combo, you choose up to 1 of your skills battle cards and then gain 1 of the following effects. So you can either give it blocker, or if it has 10k power, it gains 5k in crit for the turn. So being as you throw it in as a combo anyway, it'll be 5k. and then you could make it a 20k with crit, or you could just use this defensively, so you could combo on your lead being attacked and then give one of your skills battle cards the blocker trait to help you stop another attack. So yes, the Pan is a very useful card in this deck. Going into the 2 costs, we got our super combo for the deck, which is just 4 copies of Hercule, because it acts like a bog standard super combo from 4 less combo, draw 10k combo power. But other plus side is that it's a spirit boost assist. So limit 1, if your lead is green and you choose one of the green unison cards, when you remove a marker from it using spirit boost skill, you place this underneath the card, add a marker and then draw a card. So if you use spirit boost, you can gain back one of your markers and still draw a card from the super combo. You just don't get the 10k power, but oh well. It's mostly in there just to support the spirit boost. Then the other 2 drop for the deck is 4 copies of Sun Gohan Glimpsing Potential. It's a 15k. It's got an auto, if your lead card is a heroine card, when this card is played, you play up to 1 green skills battle card with an edge cost of 1 from your deck, shuffle your deck, and then choose up to 2 of your skills battle cards and you gain 5k power for the turn. So you play 1 from the deck, so you get a free skills card, and then you can give that and something else 5k, so then you have 3 15k attackers ready to go. And its other skill is active main limit 1. If the leader is a green heroine card and you have 2 or more green energy, and you choose one of the green unison cards with 6k power and a marker on it, you place this card underneath it from hand or battle area, add a marker to the unison and draw a card. So it's just another way to generate markers on the unison. Well, the Great Saiyan unison, which can't complain considering you have to spirit boost, and this deck does rely on spirit boost, so it's a nice way of just making sure you still have a unison upon doing that. So next we got our 3 drops. So there's 3 copies of Champer, just in there to give anything double strike pressure, because obviously we're a skillless deck, so they will do nothing. But with Champer it can at least go make it a double striker with X amount of power. And next we've got 3 of Sun Gohan Margin Exterminator. So it's 19k with deflect, double strike and dual attack. It's just all the keyword skills that begin with D. It's got opponent of, if it is a green Earthling card, green skills battle cards in your combo area gain plus 5k combo power whilst this card is in battle. So whilst you're swinging with this guy, any of your green skills become a 10k combo, with the potential of your first one being a 14k combo thanks to Videl's skill. And then you can just spirit boost it out afterwards. And then its auto is when this card is played, you may add up to 1 green skills battle card from your drop to your hand. If you do, place up to 1 green skills battle card from your drop to the bottom of your deck. So it's a way of getting your skills back, because you can add 1 to hand, place 1 in deck, and then you could use said skills that you've added to hand to combo on either of this guy's attacks. I did run them at 4, it's just that I realised I was only ever playing 1 and I figured 3 is a good number and I wanted to get this Pan in, so I took him down, but you can always put him up, maybe take out 1 of these, or just, if you don't have the secret rare, there's a good choice. And then next we've got 4 copies of Videl with all her strength. So it's 5k, it's got blocker, auto, limit 1, you pay 1 green. If you have a green skills battle card in play, when your opponent attacks, you can play it from your hand. So just upon attack declaration, you can pay 1, play this out, and then you could use the blocker immediately afterwards. And it's also got a secondary auto of, if your leader is green or heroine card, when this card is played from your hand, your opponent may choose 2 cards from the hand and discard them. If they don't, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, cost 7 or less, and KO it. So you either make them discard 2, or you can just pop something, which could be the attacking card, to save any hassle. You can just be like, oh well, play this, do you want to discard too? No? Okay. Bang. Job done. And this I see just kind of being used in green, but the green deck would preferably want to use a skill list just to make it a cheaper cost than paying the hard free to play it out. Which even then, if you just played it out with a hard free, you wouldn't be able to do it during your opponent's turn. You'd have to just go, my turn, pay free, Videl. So, any green skill list deck, or that user skill list cards, going to be running that Videl. Next is basically just counterplays for the deck, because we've got our 4-cost Cooler Effortless Strike and a copy of Charismatic Villain, because I only possess one. So, before anyone gets mad that I'm not running more Charismatic Villain, I have one Charismatic Villain in my entire collection, and I have yet to buy more because it's expensive. So the Cooler is counterplay. Play this card. If the battle card being played has an energy cost of 4 or less, it's placed in the drop instead. And during your opponent's turn, you reduce its cost by 1 for each green X card in your battle and drop area. So you'll at least pay 1. And also, when it's played, if your opponent has 8 or more cards in hand, they discard a card. And the freezer is just, you can't activate any more counterplays, but you play it from hand. If you have green instead of 2 or more markers on it, you can counter with it without paying the cost. And then when it's played, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, cost 7 or less, and KO it. So, both of them just very good generically. The Cooler is kind of more splashable because you don't have to have units in play, but the freezer just avoids its cost if you do. So, but anyway, that is my Videl deck profile. So thank you for watching. Leave any thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Bye.